Everyone wants to stand apart from the crowd, and that applies to people in their cars too. Increasingly, drivers are prepared to pay a little extra to give cars they drive that something extra. Ford has understood that can help sell cars. Under the label Individual Styling Package, Ford is offering interior and exterior trim that enables customers to make their cars a little bit distinctive, both inside and outside, with items like spoiler or color accents on different parts of the car's bodywork. Fords from the individual line of models also have more distinctive front and rear skirts. Ford's Bernhard Matte says the individual line was first introduced in January 2007 on the S-Max model. He explains that customers want to express their lifestyle, their individual approach to life through the products they use, in this case their car. Ford's individual line responds to that desire and is now available on all Ford models. The individual Mondeo definitely commands more attention. From the front, sharp contrasts accent the air intakes and the fog lights under the bumper. The styling package also includes special alloy rims, more chrome, and a spoiler on the rear. And stainless steel exhaust pipes. The light and dark contrasts are carried into the interior as well. Metal and leather. The comfortable leather seats are designed to look as if they were made by hand. This is just one of 4 interior design themes the customer can choose from. There's also aluminum liners on the pedals. Bernhard Mattes tells us that since the S-Max went on the market 2.5 years ago, about 20% were sold with individual trim. That's 1 in 5 S-Max customers. And with the smaller cars like the Fiesta, it's around 3 to 6%, which Mattes says is pretty good. Individual styling is especially popular with the Fiesta's little brother, the Ka. This is the digital package, just one of 3 individual styling themes available for the Ka. The colors and contrast can be found inside the car as well, in the center console, the instrumentation, door paneling, and the seats. For the Ka, the individual option costs €1,150. Matte says Ford intends to develop and expand the range of individual options in each vehicle class. Ford will introduce new themes from time to time. With the Ka, for instance, the digital or tattoo lines might be replaced with different themes Ford is already developing. That way, Ford can expand individual and at the same time keep it young and up to date. Be it with Ka, Fiesta, Mondeo, or S-Max, Ford's individual styling packages are doing their bit to make our world a little more colorful and varied. And it seems Ford has identified a look that appeals to some of its customers, colorful and brash for the smaller cars. Sporty and more luxurious appointments for the larger models. With the Mondeo, those extras also have their price. A customer who wants the complete individual package, including the alloy rims, the interior extras, push-button starting, and adaptive front lights, must be prepared to spend an extra €6,500 here in Germany. Porsche has introduced the 3rd generation of the 911 GT3 RS. Engine power is up to 450 horsepower. That's 15 horsepower more than the standard GT3. The weight is down, as are gear ratios, so the RS is fundamentally the road version of the GT3 racing car. Superficially, the GT3 is marked by its red wheel rims and the large spoiler. The GT3 RS goes on sale in Germany in January 2010. The price, nearly €146,000. BMW has set new standards for efficiency in luxury vehicles with its new BMW 7 Series Hybrid. The combination of a V8 engine and electric motor provides the Active Hybrid 7 with 465 horsepower. Fuel consumption is listed as 9.4 liters over 100 kilometers, with a carbon dioxide emissions rating of 219 grams per kilometer. The Hybrid 7 series manages 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in 4.9 seconds. BMW's Active Hybrid 7 hits the dealerships in mid-April. The price has yet to be revealed. GTI, 3 letters which have set hearts racing for more than 30 years. Since then, plenty has changed on the Golf Sports version, not only in its design. In fact, nothing is as it was. The engine is the best example. The only thing that the new version shares with the original is the 4 cylinders. In the contemporary version, they provide 210 horsepower, helping the new GTI to a very respectable performance, aided by a range of electronic driving systems. But how can you tell the wilder GTI from its domesticated brothers? Frank Bruse of Volkswagen Design says the GTI can be recognized by all the classic elements, for example the red stripes on the top and bottom of the grille, but also the vertical fog lights, which will remain a feature unique to the GTI in the Golf range. The red stripes date back to the original version. What it didn't have were backlit mirrors or a roof edge spoiler. They came later. So were people in the 70s less demanding? Frank Bruse says what made the first GTI stand out was the special effect created by so few added extras. People who weren't interested in cars recognized there was something special about this one. But anyone into cars recognized it as a GTI immediately. It fascinated people because it allowed them to chase a Porsche with what seemed such a harmless car. 110 horsepower. A weak car today, but more than enough for the road back then. And the 9 seconds from 0 to 100 can compete with some modern cars, as can the fuel consumption of 8 liters. But it took a lot more to drive the old version than it does the modern. There's no ESP, no ABS, nor power steering, but it still moves. Frank Bruse says although it didn't have much power, it seemed to be going faster. There's a real sense of contact for the driver. It's a strong experience. You notice a huge difference. There's something primal about it. The interior of the first series Golf GTI certainly was primal, whereas the modern version leaves nothing to be desired. But the combined speed and rev gauge did make an appearance in the first version. And a steering wheel, minus airbag and ornaments. Today the windows are opened by switch. Back then, they were wound down. And the old radio is far removed from the modern one, a lot less user-friendly, and without a sat-nav function. Popular accessories in the 70s included the golf ball gear knob. The glove compartment has moved down to make way for the airbag. Despite the big door, it's smaller. But there are storage spaces where the old car had none. Frank Bruse says the paintwork on the old GTI was very, very important, as was the checkered pattern in the interior, which had red stripes echoing the theme of the grille. He says that's what marked the GTI 1 model. And the newest Golf GTI is far removed from its ancestor when it comes to safety and comfort. The fun of driving is still easy to describe. It's a GTI. but if the new version is capable of turning heads as the old one remains to be seen.